Hi, my name is Charmaine Vega, and I'm in Central California. And one of the things I want to talk to you today or share with you, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm going to share with you some information I think might be helping those of you out there who are facing the mountain, you see, facing the mountain and getting started. We all have things in life that we're trying to figure out. What do we do? How do we do it? How do we get started? Right now, we're dealing a lot with COVID. And because we're dealing with COVID, we not only have the issue of our health and dealing with that, but we have the financial issues that we're dealing with. Those financial things that we're dealing with is what we would consider that mountain. And how do we get started? What do we do? How do we face it? Because every time we have something coming in, we're trying to figure out, how do we deal with this? What do I do? I know for myself, I can tell you that when I was trying to handle a lot of things at one time, my bills were coming in, I was dealing with kids, all kinds of things. I was like, I don't know what to do next. And we look at our things, and for example, I have all these papers right here. I've got tons of papers that I need to go through. How am I going to do that? How am I going to handle everything that I need to do in this time of COVID? Well, one of the things that I did is I decided I was going to use a calendar, but I was going to sync my calendar. And because my background is as a special education teacher as well, I'm a teacher, I'm a chef, and I'm also a nutritionist. I looked at all of those things and I said, what can I do that's going to help me to keep me stay organized and focused? Because when you're facing a mountain or you're facing something that you need to do, you need to be laser focused. What is it that I have to do? How am I going to do that? And sometimes you don't even know where to get started. So I figured one of the things I could do was to start making a list. I made a list, but then we have to figure out, where did I put the list? What did I do? So I happened to use the computer. I went on, I used Office 365. I went in there and I said, let me look at the calendars. So I created multiple calendars. I created one calendar that specifically would be just for bills. I created another calendar that would be for my marketing, and another calendar if there was something else that I felt that was necessary for me to handle at some other time. That way I could look at individual calendars and see what was coming up and know immediately what was going to happen, but it was all in one place. And what I did is each of my calendars is color coded. This one happens to be my bills calendar. So it'll tell me if it's yellow, those are just household bills or just general things that come in every month and I need to do it. If I see something on here and it shows in red, you may not be able to see that over there, but there may be a couple in red. That's telling me that's when a credit card is due. If it's in green, that tells me you can use that, good to go. Money, 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 you can use it, right? But I went a step further because I felt that things can slip through the cracks and I may not know what that is. I may not know where it is. I may forget. So what I did is on my phone, I ended up syncing all those calendars, and then it shows up on my phone, but it's all color coded. So when it comes on my phone, I know what that means. And I did it so that it's going to notify me ahead of time. It's going to give me 4 days leeway so that I know that, okay, when that dings and it comes on my phone, I'll say, okay, that's yellow. That's a bill that I need to do for my household. What bill is it? I'll look at it and then I'll say, okay, cool. Some of these I have set up that they're automatic payment. Some of them are not automatic payment because I have to go because it changes all the time and I want to know how much are they taking out. If it's a steady one, I say, okay, that one will come out and it will be the same thing each month and I don't need to worry about it. If it's not and it fluctuates, I'm like, no, I need to know what that fluctuation is so that I can keep track of that. But I set these things up so that I wouldn't be so stressed out with the things that I had. And that way I know what's coming in, what's going out. This is one thing I did to take away that stress that I would be under from a financial standpoint. That way I didn't have that. I knew this was being paid. I knew when it was. And if it's something that I can't do that right now, let me move it to another week because maybe I'm not ready for that one. Or if it's something that I decide I don't want that anymore, I can look on here and I can cancel it. it makes it very easy for me to do those things because all of us have those mountains in our life that we know that we have to face. For example, look at this mountain right here. We see a black section on the mountain. Then we see it looks like there's a little ray of sunlight, right? We see that little ray of sunlight that it has. But then if we go further up, we see that it's all green. Isn't that the way life is? We may see that we're in the dark. We don't know what to do. But if we keep putting one foot in front of the other, we'll see that there's a little ray of sunlight. And then we'll eventually get to it. Now, it may not be the toppest mountain or where we ultimately want to go, because maybe we want to go all the way up here. Maybe that's where we want to go. We want to go all the way up there, but we have to go here first. So what is it that you have going on in your life that you think that there is a mountain that you need to get to the top of and not sure exactly how you're going to do that? Okay, how do you think you're going to handle that? What is it that you think you can do in order to get that done? What do you think that you can do? Okay, what can you do with that? How can you handle that? There's plenty of things that we can do that's going to be putting systems in place. That's where they talk about putting systems in place. Or if it's not a system, maybe you need to talk to somebody who has been through that before and they can give you what their system is, because maybe you're not sure how to put that system in place or what you need to do. All of us can do that. And I'm sure there are things that you may have thought, there's no way I can overcome that. There's no way I'm going to be able to handle that. It's just too much, but you did it. You did it. And how did you do it? You ended up facing the situation and you handled it. And how did you handle it? You decided, you make a decision. You say, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get to that top. I'm going to get all the way to the top. That's where I want to go. I want to get there. That's what we have to do even now in these times of what we're dealing with. We have to make a decision and say, this is what I am doing. I'm doing it and I'm doing it now. I'm putting one foot in front of the other. And right now we're at the end of the year. So one of the things you can do is get yourself, if you don't want to do it the way that I did that way, get yourself some type of calendar. I got another, mine is rather thick because I like to include everything in it. I've had it for a few months and this is for 2021. And mine has different sections in it and it tells me different things I can do. I do this as a backup because I'm one of those people who say, what if all of the electricity goes out and I can't access things on my computer? What if I lose my phone and I can't get to it? So I have a backup that's a hard copy. And I like to have that hard copy. That's kind of like my security blanket, if you want to call it that, because I know if everything else fails, I have it written somewhere. I do the same thing with phone numbers. I'll have phone numbers written down somewhere, but then I'll put it in my cell phone or I'll put it somewhere else. So those are things that I do, but I'm asking you, what do you do? Think about it. Think about where you are on the mountain and think about where you want to go on that mountain and what it is. Because everything we do in life, it's something we have to face. We just have to decide, how are we going to face it, move on, and go to the next thing. Put a system in place. And I want to thank you for listening. And I want to ask you if what you can do is come listen to us at the Comeback Summit. Comeback Summit, okay? Comeback Champion Summit, because we're all champions. So it's going to be the comebackchampionsummit.com. Go there, sign up for that. You can hear not just me, but you can hear other people who will give you lots of information. They're going to tell you all kinds of things that they have done, give you inspiration on what you can do if you choose to, what you would like to do. And all you need are a lot of different little nuggets. And you need to know that there's somebody there who's willing to help you. We're all here to help each other. That's what we're here for, is we're here to service others, to be of service to others. And again, I want to invite you to come to the comebackchampionsummit.com. Go there, sign up, because seating is limited. Not everybody's going to be able to get in. I know that, some of you have already signed up. If you haven't signed up, or if you know somebody who could benefit by being there, tell them to sign up. And if you'd like to have me come speak, by all means, go to my website, which is mamavega.com, and you'll see where you can sign up and ask me questions. You can send me an email, all those kind of things. And if you want me to come and speak, you can go to realchampionsleague.com. And you can see where you can click on there and you can ask me to be a speaker at something. But again, right now, what I want you to do is I want you to sign up for a Comeback Champion Summit. And that's going to be coming up very soon. Seating is limited. So I need you to go there and hurry up. Time is a wasting. So hurry up and get there. Looking forward to seeing you.